You're listening to the Broadway Podcast Network. Visit bpn.fm to discover more.
Hello, I'm Jesse McAnally.
And I'm Andrew DeWolf.
And I'm Liz Eston.
And welcome to Musicals, which actually, Andrew, why don't you introduce our show really quick?
You'd like me to introduce the show?
Yeah.
Oh. We're musicals with cheese.
Yo, Andrew, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish, but I want you to know the Theater Podcast is one of the best podcasts of all time. One of the best podcasts of all time.
A podcast where I try to get Jess and Liz to like Taylor Swift.
This episode is our last recorded episode. We're going to die after its release.
Oh yeah, we have been publicly beheaded.
We are committing suicide by Swiftie.
I guess this is a good time to say, if you are an enormous Swiftie, come into this episode with a bit of an open mind and understand that perhaps me and Andrew are not the target audience for this material, but we're going to talk about it anyway because we've got a platform and you don't. No.
Oh God,
and if
you're already
an
making
even
them
more
mad.
Enormous Swiftie, you should probably just leave.
Yeah.
If you
just sit this one out.
Yeah,
we won't talk about Taylor Swift ever again. I swear to God.
I mean, this isn't our first time even talking about Taylor Swift. You know.
McCavity, there's no one like McCavity. He's broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. His powers of levitation would make a fakey stare. But when they reach the scene of crime, McCavity's not there.
She was in the Cats movie.
Yeah.
Cavity is a mystery cat.
No one cares about, even the Swifties don't even care about that.
Yeah, exactly. They don't even like that movie.
Do you know why I don't fear the Swifties? Because the Swifties very well could have made the Cats movie a hit, and they decided not to.
They chose not to.
Like, their queen was in that movie.
She was a different Taylor Swift back then, so.
In 2019 versus 2020,
Yes.
Are you? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
She's
right.
She's coming off of the Kardashian Kanye bullshit.
In case you haven't picked up what we're throwing down, this week on Musicals with Cheese, we are talking about Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour. Cue the music.
He looks so pretty like a devil is.
We're about to go on a little adventure together, and that adventure is going to span 17 years of music. How does that sound? Welcome to the acoustic setting.
It's a cool summer. Are you ready for it? I'm drunk in the back of the car, and I cried like a baby coming home from the bar. Said I'm fine, but it wasn't true. Love you ain't the worst thing you ever had.
People would come up to me and they'd be like, "You gonna just like do a show with like all the albums in it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be called the Eras Tour. See you there."
So, Taylor Swift The Eras Tour was directed by Sam Wrench, with music and lyrics, mostly, by Taylor Swift. The Eras Tour had its world premiere on October 11, 2023 at the Grove at Farmers Market, an open-air mall complex in Los Angeles, California, with early previews showing on October 12th. It received a worldwide theatrical release in more than 100 countries and territories on October 13th, 2 weeks before the release of 1989 Taylor's version. While some countries and territories had a later premiere date of November 3rd, and China and December 31st in 2023. In the US, Canada, Mexico, and Australia, the film was screened at 4 consecutive weekends beginning on October 13th, and only on weekends. They did not play it during the week, which was interesting. This is a 3-hour concert film, and
Yes.
before we go into that, let's all talk about our history with Taylor Swift, if we have any. Andrew, why don't you go first? Because I feel like yours is going to be the shortest.
My history with Taylor Swift is she is the person who sang a lot of the songs that I hear when I go shopping at the supermarket or in Target. And I remember her Romeo and Juliet song. And that's about it.
Don't forget Cats.
I don't have much. Oh, right, Cats. No one cares about Cats.
Yeah. Taylor Swift has forgotten she was in Cats.
Honestly,
Liz, I'm sure your experience is much longer and more in depth.
it's a little deeper. 15 I think was 15 was released the year I turned 15. So, I'm pretty sure. Or around the time I turned 15. I was born in a weird time, so I'm like a little older than my grade. So,
Same. You
So
and
I
I
was
are around
born-
the same.
yeah. So, I was 15 when Taylor Swift released that. So, I'm prime market when she's starting. So, I've listened to Taylor Swift basically my whole life until I turned like 20 something and stopped listening to her altogether. Because I'm like, I'm going to listen to what I feel like. I'm not going to listen to radio stuff all the time. But I watching this, I won't go too deep right now, but watching this has kind of made me realize that because I grew up on Taylor Swift, when I hear any Taylor Swift song, I have an inherent sense of nostalgia run over my body. It's like when I listen to Glee covers. It's like, I kind of like it. I know it's bad, but like, I like it. Not to say Taylor Swift songs are all bad. Some of them are pretty good, actually, but I enjoyed Taylor Swift more than I thought I did genuinely prior to this. And I'm not even saying that. I mean it genuinely. Like, I just avoided her later work because I didn't like want to listen to it. But I'm like, oh, this is actually not bad. I kind of enjoy parts of this. So I'm on I grew up with Taylor Swift. I kind of like her already. And I'm very nostalgic about the early era. So I listened to like Love Story and like Mine and Enchanted a lot. Like on my own volition. So I'm not a Swiftie, but I enjoy her work in a passive way.
I mean, that's fair enough. So my history with Taylor Swift stems all the way back to 2009 when she made a cameo in a little film titled Hannah Montana the Movie.
Oh, did she really?
Yes.
She did.
Oh shit, I must have seen that too because I feel like I've watched that.
It's not a long one. She just kind of goes on stage, and I'm pretty sure this is like one of her first like songs. It's called Crazier, and I remember this song, and I was like, "Who's this little white girl?" in my movie about another little white girl, and somehow the cultural relevance of both of these little white girls are still equal as important, and I feel like Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift are still very much in the cultural zeitgeist, nearly like 2 decades later, and that's pretty impressive.
That song was written for the Hannah Montana soundtrack, by the by.
Isn't that pretty cool?
Yeah. It was written
Pop
in 2009.
It, lock it,
Pop
polka
it,
dot it,
lock
countrify it,
Yes,
Polka-
that is her legacy.
hip hop it.
Countrified and hip hop it.
And then, of course, she had her run where she started as a country singer, not a pop singer in the traditional way. She was like, country
I'm from the
pop.
same state as Taylor Swift. She is not country. She is from Reading, Pennsylvania. That is not country.
Let me frame it this differently. She was marketed as a country singer and country music awards and all that kind of stuff. And her romance songs had a very big country twang to them.
I think it's very arguable that she has never been country and she's always just been pop.
That is an argument to be
marketing.
made.
The music never changed, the marketing did.
Yeah. Well, also sometimes you can hear a little bit of the twang in there that shit like sneaks through the pop.
That being said, I think that she inadvertently, by just standing there, partially caused the downfall of humanity through Kanye West. Let me explain. And I am not actually blaming her for this. I am hyperbolizing for comedy. Because we all know...
Are we allowed to talk about Kanye? Isn't
Yeah.
this like a hate crime
No,
now?
but Kanye got worse since this happened.
Well, I think this is part of what made him get worse.
Now that he's Trump's running mate, which was
Well-
just announced a couple days ago, as of the release of this episode.
Well, I think that this is actually connected to this. So you know that event where Kanye went on stage, refused to let Taylor give a speech, and claimed that Beyonce deserved it, which is a fucked up thing to do.
I sing country music, so thank you so much for giving me a chance to win a VMA award.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
You know who was caught on camera commenting on it and calling him a jackass?
The young lady seems like a perfectly nice person. She's getting her award. What's he doing up there?
Why would he do that?
He's a jackass.
Barack Obama the next day. He's like, why is he doing that? She seems like a lovely girl. What a jackass. I know Kanye saw that clip and it was like, anything that's for this guy, I'm against. And therefore, the heavy-handed and traumatic endorsement of Donald Trump.
Oh God, I'm not. I do not want to get into the Super Bowl conspiracy in this episode.
We're not going to talk about that. There's not enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't actually watch football because I'm not really a Swiftie, so.
But then comes the point where Kanye West released a song where he claimed, like, I still think me and Taylor Swift might have sex.
I made that bitch famous.
Then Taylor Swift was like, that was really inappropriate, didn't like that, didn't get my permission for that.
Kanye is kind of a terrible person.
Fucking sucks.
In a lot of ways.
And then Kanye and his wife, Kim Kardashian, leaked the footage. Ex-wife, his then wife, Kim Kardashian, leaked the footage of him calling Taylor Swift. Taylor was like, okay, whatever, I guess, about him pitching that. And then they were like, she's a snake, she's a liar. And then Taylor Swift used all of that vitriol as branding for her next album, which I believe was Reputation.
Correct.
Where she is incredible at taking things that are lobbed at her and using it to her own gain. And I think that is truly one of the most fascinating aspects of her entire career. Aside from that, the other thing, and I know I'm going on a rant, but I want to talk about this career because it's so fucking weird. This girl that started in the Hannah Montana movie has now got I don't want to call it a cult, but a strangely obsessive sect of young women and men who pick apart her videos for hints and clues. I'm not making this up. The conspiracy talk about, like, the Super Bowl that we brought up is not unreasonable to think of, considering the stuff that they pick apart in these videos. And specific things like she would be caught wearing this necklace out with Harry Styles, and when you see her wearing that necklace in this, means that she's talking about Harry Styles and things like that.
The paper plane necklace has a story. It all started with Harry Styles. He has one. And then Taylor starts wearing one when they begin dating. They break up, but then the paper plane still keeps popping up. It's mentioned in Taylor's lyrics, and you could see one in her music video for Style.
Or there was a canceled album called Karma, and when she did an Ask Me Anything, they asked, like, what do you want to tell your fans? Oh, karma is real. And little shit like that drives these people crazy.
People have lost their fucking minds and need to go outside really badly. Like, you need to touch grass. You need to go find a park, just sit down, put your hands in the dirt, like, just for a little bit.
I mean, and all this is before we even talk about, the movie that the music, the movie, the content. This is her impact on society, where I'm sure she could swing this election whatever way the country needed if she just released an endorsement song. That is the power this woman has.
I mean, she's already basically endorsed Biden.
Yeah,
so.
she's endorsed Biden, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying if she wrote a song and the Swifties got it caught in their head in the same way that they did the song about the red scarf that made them want to crucify Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, All Too Well. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the 10-minute song about Jake Gyllenhaal being a bit of a dick on her 21st birthday.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You heard the song, didn't you?
I heard her brag about the fact that it was 10 minutes long, which made me cringe, but
Well, there's a whole like short film online of that song. So,
which is her next career step. From those in the know, like Patrick Willems and a lot of people I know who have personally worked with Taylor Swift on her sets, she's pivoting to put herself as a film director next. She has a film that she's directing coming out next year. She has been in the director's conversations, like on whatever that Variety stuff is. She is trying to become a legitimate filmmaker within the next few years. And by her music videos, she seems to have a keen eye and an attention to detail that's really effective for that. But I wonder how that will affect her fan base and what will come next. Will she run for president?
no,
Will she be Biden's running mate?
I hope not.
I don't
I
think
hope
she's
not.
going to run for president.
Look, I know people talk about her politics being decent, but she is
No.
a billionaire.
Yes.
Like, no billionaire is good. All billionaires are evil inherently. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you have $1 billion, you are a bad person.
Well, let's unpack that. We all know about her private jet usage and the controversy that has brought up, where she has killed the environment so much in using her private jets because someone
Of
found
course, let's not single this at her. This
No,
is
no,
all
no, no, no.
No,
billionaires
no,
do
it's not.
this.
This single-handedly Taylor Swift is not ruining the environment. She just
No.
used her private jet a lot and has a lot of CO2 emissions coming from it. Like,
Yes.
And all billionaires do.
like all
Every billionaire
every
does
rich
this.
person that has a private jet. It's not just Taylor. Like,
It is not just Taylor, but Taylor Swift is the only one trying to sue someone for using private information or public information to say that she did this.
Well, Elon Musk also did that. He said people were using his private jet information as a terrorist tracker or something.
What?
Elon is a madman, but he said something of that nature.
Well, on the other side of Elon, Taylor Swift has brought like the AI issue into the Congress because of the horrendous AI porn being made of her. Like she is like doing things that I think are a net good for society. We need to get AI porn off of everywhere. I think
Yeah.
it is disgusting that it can be done to begin with.
I think we need to just get rid of AI art for
I
a
think
while.
we
I
genuinely
don't
do.
think
It's really bad.
It's not good.
It's
bad.
not. It was fun when you had like
Yeah, the Wonka Glasgow thing. Yeah.
yes. That might be the funniest
Ooh.
news story of all time, though.
The picture of the Oompa Loompa, I can't even
Yeah.
like just
It's- I think it's Christy. Yeah. I will say there are pictures of her like playing with kids and it's genuinely very sweet. So shout out to her. She did her
Yeah.
best.
the pose for the picture though was perfect.
Yeah, the meme
did
one
what
is
she had to
very
do.
mood.
She did what she had to do.
I love the videos of the fake Wonka going up to a mirror. Oh, look, kids, it's the unknown. And just someone in a mask comes out.
What is that? It's the unknown.
My favorite part about the fake Wonka is he looks like Todd when he opened Disneyland on BoJack Horseman. He's wearing the same outfit.
Okay. So the Eras tour.
The Eras tour.
Yes,
Yes.
let's talk about this film itself. It's 3 hours long. She sings songs from every era of her work, which I had the dumb moment I tweeted about it. It was like, oh, that's why it's called the Eras Tour, because she has all these different eras of her career. Look at that.
I just
Old
I
man.
just I can't do it with the ego though. Like I know every single pop star is like this, and
You don't like a woman that's confident,
you're-
Andrew?
your career's like 20 years. You don't have eras. You have like 5 albums. Like what are you talking about? Eras? I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna make an argument here. So I'm gonna make an argument for why this is called Eras. Taylor Swift's music changes basically every goddamn album.
Yes.
Like country, genuine country, went to pop, went to pop more, went to like whatever the fuck Reputation was. Like what the hell?
I guess I have trouble distinguishing them though. Like for me, it was
Yeah.
like it went from pop to pop to pop to pop to pop, and it was
Yeah.
just like these all kind of sound the same. Like I can't.
Yeah. I like the folk ones in between. Oh, you're good. I like the folky ones. I think that was a good in-betweener on some of those. Just to like break it down for a minute. But I do agree, some of them do get mixed up in my head. Like, I cannot tell the difference between some songs. So I need to read a list. But I don't listen to Taylor Swift regularly. That's why.
I think the ones that are the most distinguished to me are the country ones, because those ones do sometimes have that twangy sound to them.
Yes.
But after that, they all sound the same to me.
Oh, Jess, what you're going to say?
I feel like you'd be able to hear the differences a lot more if this wasn't 3 fucking hours. Now,
that might be it too. Like having to sit through it all back to back, and it's all drowned out with like the constant screaming of the crowd at all times.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dang, these all sound the same. I don't know.
But also, we watch this, the three of us. We watch this in our own rooms, or wherever room we watch stuff in, alone. When we didn't turn down the lights, we didn't have we weren't in a theater with our friends. We were alone in a room in like the middle of the day. In my case, like it's weird to be at a concert setting in that mode of life.
I feel both very sad and very happy, like a happy sad that we didn't get to do this in theaters and experience that firsthand.
I avoided movies. I avoided movie theaters while this was in theaters. I was like, I'm not going.
What did I see? I saw some wild movie. Oh, I saw Killers of the Flower Moon. And I just hear, they just gonna hate next door.
Nothing like genocide and haters gonna hate.
Well, Robert De Niro was a hater gonna hate.
I think there was like a Saturday where I couldn't go into town because there was so much traffic because people were going to the theater.
Oh wow!
Because
it
was only playing on like that. It was a Friday. It was only playing on like that Friday and no other day.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
So everyone was like slamming into the theater, and there's like very limited parking in Saratoga. So
it's fucking nuts, and it is impressive that we have. So Taylor Swift is an artist unlike any other that we've had in our lifetimes, at least. I can say that without hyperbole. Like, there's not been another star with this effect who has been around this long and is now hitting their peak about, what was her first album, 2019? About 15 years into their career?
Her first album was 2000.
Oh, shit. So almost 20 years into her career?
Yeah, her first
hitting their
album was...
peak?
Yes.
That is fucking insanity and impressive nonetheless. Like, I think she was the first artist ever to take all top 10 spots in the Billboard.
Yeah,
I think she's like the new Michael Jackson, essentially.
Yes. Hopefully there won't be any court cases against Taylor, but we'll see. I think
first
that her
album came out at age 17.
That's absolutely
Michael
incredible.
beat her there.
Yeah, Michael did beat her that way. But...
Well,
yes, I did do math for that. I can't do math.
Well, then you've got her up against other folks like Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez and people that were her peers that she has surpassed and done. And I think it's because she was able to change, willing to change, and changed in a way where people rip her off. Like, I think that she's such an original in a weird way that she defines what the culture is going to do in both negative and positive ways, where I think a lot of her songs are pretty good, but I think an equilateral amount of her songs are dog shit because it is of the time.
Yeah.
And I feel that claiming that an artist can do no wrong is the worst thing you can do for art. Like, me and Andrew are the first ones to critique Sondheim and whatever artists we love. And I feel like the fanatical devotion to an artist is a little unhealthy for creativity and adjustments. Like, even Lady Gaga has her art pop, the one that nobody else liked. I fucking like art pop. That's my favorite Lady Gaga album.
I liked
but
art pop.
Even the one that didn't hit. Do you think there's going to be a Taylor Swift album that's going to flop?
I don't think that's humanly possible.
It will happen. It's not going to be in the next it won't be the next album.
No, the next one is going to do incredible.
Well, if it's really bad, it will flop no matter what. I think any musician is able to put out something bad enough that it will flop. I'm trying to think of an example.
Katy Perry, that one album that's like
oh yeah,
awful.
Katy Perry did that, right?
Yeah,
she was
it was
pretty.
called Prism,
she was pretty
I
big.
think?
And then she put out like one album and it just fucking
It had
blew up.
It had the song about Taylor Swift on it, actually.
Oh God.
So keep calm, honey, I'ma stick around for more than a minute. Get used to it. Funny, my name keeps coming at your mouth, 'cause I stay winning them up like swish, swish, bish.
So I think that she could put out conceivably an album that would be bad enough that it would flop. But I think that she would have to actively try to write something that bad, I think, because her fan base is
scary.
Yeah, frightening, fanatical. And I think we were talking about it earlier, and I think some of us weren't joking quite so much. We're scared to say anything too bad because, like,
they will kill us.
Genuinely,
they will dox
fucking
us.
Try to kill us.
The worst thing about Taylor Swift is literally her fan base.
Well, that's the thing with anyone who's like really popular,
Yeah.
and like these type of fan bases are horrible.
Yeah. I also think there's a lot of Swifties that are not bad eggs. I know a lot of them.
Of course.
Like, I think
the problem is
you
get
the
a
people that
couple of
are
them.
bad eggs that will dox people and harass people who say anything bad.
It feels okay. Oh, how am I gonna say this?
Jess, you sent me that creepy ass video earlier.
Yes,
What
I did.
video?
Oh, you know the
my
one.
God.
The one where the girl was saved by what song it was and she couldn't
Oh,
be in.
yeah. I told you about the video last week.
I know you did. That's why I sent it to Andrew.
What the hell was that video?
Let's give
That
context.
was scary.
Okay,
that was genuinely scary.
Okay, so you know the part of the concert where she sings like her acoustic set?
Yes.
So there's my Twitter feed during the Eras tour was filled with this shit. Basically, like, she did surprise songs every concert. So the acoustic set was different every city she went to. So there's a girl in Australia during night 3 or 4 of her Sydney part of her tour. And she's singing Exile, which this girl says, Exile saved my life. But she's outside the stadium, so she's crying her little eyes out because she's not there in the room with Taylor.
Oh.
So she wanted to be in the room to hear the song that saved her life.
That's stupid. So
I saw a comment once that Ed Sheeran's Little Thing saved someone's life, and I'm like, that song is about a girl being fat, but you love her anyway, so I hope that didn't save your fucking life.
I feel like if I was saved by some pop song, I would be ashamed to admit that in public.
like the only way a song can actually save your life is if you're driving and you're at the wheel and the next song happens to be Alanis Morissette's like Ironic and it's just at a very high level, so it just starts it's like rain and it just wakes you up and you're about to hit an oncoming truck and you swerve at the last minute and then a song saved your life.
Yeah, but what if it wakes you up and it's too late? You're going to hit it anyways. Wouldn't that be ironic?
And isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
A little too ironic?
Don't you think? But in this girl's defense, like, if she thinks she has a song that has a deep emotional connection with her and, like, made her feel better, I'm not gonna ick your yum. Like, I respect it. Do I fully understand it? No. Do I judge you? Hell no. Like,
I think that reaction is a little too extreme for me to not put any judgment out.
Yeah.
Andrew's,
it's kind of scary.
Your literal response was, I feel like this is something I shouldn't see, but then again, she's the one that posted it.
Yes, she did post it.
It feels like a private moment that, like, I shouldn't be watching this. Like, this is like a mother whose child just died.
Yeah.
But she's crying
that's part
because
of
she's
it.
not in the same room as Taylor Swift singing a song.
Okay, can I tell the story? Like my Taylor Swift era's experience in Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
So I am making a film called Daughters of the Domino at the moment, and we needed exterior concert scenes. And right when we were filming was the Eras Tour, which meant a lot of our PAs and crew members were very not well, both Saturday and Sunday of our shoots. For reasons I'm sure you could figure out. So I took my DP and my costumer, because we needed a female for us to not look weird, and we just shot the rodeo, basically. And we hung out with these Swifties, and my God, they were sobbing, and you could barely hear the songs at all. Like, the only time you could really hear what song was playing is when someone accidentally opened the door to the Little Caesar Arena, and you just got, and it just kind of, you get a little bit of it. And they're like screaming, sitting in the middle of the street, outside of the arena.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Why did they do this?
I think I'm at a point, like, I'm at a place where I would just like to understand.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of bands that I really enjoy. I don't think I've ever had that kind of reaction to anything. And I have to be a little mean, but, like, how do you have that type of reaction to, like, a mainstream pop song that you can hear in the supermarket? Like, for real, like, if I'm listening to, like, this, like, stuff that I had to seek out and, like, find this music that I really enjoy, and I don't have that type of reaction, how do you have that type of reaction to a song that you can hear at Target? You know, like, I don't get it. I literally don't understand.
I kind of get it. I don't fully get it, but, like, I kind of get it. I mean, like, a lot of these kids, like, a lot of these are teenagers who were stuck in the house during COVID and shit. All I had was their phone. All I had was the internet for any connectivity.
And Taylor Swift was one of the only artists to release something new during that time.
She released COVID albums. She consistently did stuff during COVID. People attached to her. So I see it. I personally didn't attach her. Even my dad fucking listened to Folklore. Like, my dad listened to it during COVID. So it had a big reach. My dad is 60-something. Like, not even a teenage girl. Like, but, like, Taylor Swift just has this effect on people, and it fascinates me. Like, it doesn't affect me as much as other people, but, like, I get the feeling, but I'm like, I'm not gonna cry during this song, but I like it. I don't know. But it's like you attach to, it's like why the Sephora Kids thing is a problem nowadays.
Yeah, because they're doing blackface, for one.
Well, that's a part of it, but it's also they were stuck inside during COVID. They have no place to go. They watch TikToks of beauty hauls, so they're going to buy lotions that they don't need because they're 11. Because that's all they have. All they have is their favorite influencers to tell them what to do.
So we're blaming COVID on parents not raising their children.
Basically, COVID gave parents were like, fuck this, here's your phone.
Here's T-Swizzle.
So I'm
old enough to remember that.
I don't think it's a Taylor Swift thing, though, because this was always a thing. I mean, you go back to the Beatles, right? Like, this was a thing.
Yeah.
This has been a thing for a while.
Well, she finally toppled the Beatles in her numbers, like within the last couple of weeks.
Well, that's just because all the people that listen to the Beatles are dying.
Or dead. Half the Beatles are dead.
It's true. But, like, we've had a couple of these type of artists. I mean, the Beatles, Michael Jackson, and now Taylor Swift, these, like, mega superstars. And it's an interesting phenomenon that I don't like. So it's tough for me to, like, comment on it other than
and you've
just
always you've been consistently against this, like, in our Across the Universe. And even when I first met you, you once said to me, stop acting like the Beatles are real art. They're just glorified Jonas Brothers. And I think about that once a month.
And I still agree with that. I still agree with that statement. Like, okay, the Beatles did eventually release some, like, weird avant-garde shit, like, very late in their career. But, like, when they first started, if anyone is fucking telling you that, like, I Want to Hold Your Hand is art, like, just tell them to shut the fuck up. Like, come on. Like, you can like the song. I'm not saying you can't like the song, and I'm not saying you shouldn't like Taylor Swift. Like, that's fine. All I'm trying to understand is, why do you like her this much?
Why is it your whole personality?
That's what I don't understand. I can totally understand turning this on and being like, oh, that's a chill song. I can vibe to that. I like that. That's totally fine. Even going to the concert and being like, yeah, I enjoy this. This is fun. I get it. totally get it. Why are you having a mental breakdown outside of the concert venue? What is happening in your life that this is where you're at? Like, what is going on?
And let me put it like this. While I respect her as an artist, I respect the work she's done. I've enjoyed her work in the past, even before she got to this level. I was one of the, I was a Taylor Swift defender long ago, and my girlfriend was like, "You're fucking stupid." I was like, no, I think I dig her vibe. I don't get why they're like this for this specific work of art, if that makes sense. The art does not match to the obsession level. Like, this feels like, if you added a little bit of Twin Peaks to Katy Perry, you've got Taylor Swift. That is my actual interpretation.
Okay. So we've talked about the cult of personality.
Yes.
The in living color of it all here. I kind of want to talk about the actual Eras tour and her personality and like her vibe during it. Because I actually think that the songs are pretty okay. Not for me, really. Kind of like basic pop.
Not designed for us. We're not the target audience.
The songs are fine, and the way that they stage them is good. They obviously dumped a shit ton of money into this, and it shows.
She's on a stage that looks like a T for her name.
That's what you want. No, I mean, that's a good... They did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
It looks great.
The backup dancer's incredible.
There's just something a little bit awkward about whenever the songs stop and she talks to the audience, it just feels weird. Like, she has this, like, I'm being genuine, but also I'm a superstar kind of vibe.
Halfway through, I think I figured out the vibe that you're talking about, and I was able to put it into words.
Okay.
Your mom talking to their friend's kid. Well, aren't we having a good time? Well, you know what I think about this? I think it's making me feel angry.
It's so weird. And it's like the crowd goes crazy for it, but I'm just like, if this was a local band doing this, people would be like walking out. Like, why are you talking to the audience like this?
And her dance moves, not that she's a bad dancer, but it's a very 1-2 step, and that's the whole thing.
You know, at least she knows her limits.
Yes.
I respect she knows her limits.
Well, they lean a lot heavier on backup dancers and story type segments, and
which I think are neat. I like them.
And the buildings and stuff are cool.
Yeah, I like the
all that stuff
folklore
is
cabin.
great.
It's cool. Nice set.
Yeah. Jeez, it really was like, that's how she's gonna talk. But I guess I'm just I'm expecting more of a superstar, either huge ego, larger than life ego, or more directly personable, I'm talking to you in the audience.
Okay, here's a comparison to the other, I would say, groundbreaking concert film, Stop Making Sense, with the Talking Heads, where David Byrne is very genuine, very weird. Like, him in that suit and the way he dances is very weird, but the way he speaks to an audience doesn't feel like he's putting on a show. He doesn't feel like he has to entertain. Whereas Taylor Swift feels like she is entertaining. She is putting on an act. In a weird way.
It feels like she's putting on an act, but she doesn't want it to seem like she thinks too highly of herself.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, it's like, I'm a superstar, but I'm toning it back.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
And it's only, it would work if she was in a smaller venue, but this is an enormous,
you are playing the largest show maybe ever.
And the way that she undercuts it with I feel this kind of power is dangerous. And then she pulls out her bicep, which is the size of her finger, maybe. And she's like, she has such a tiny little arm, and she's kissing her bicep, where I know she gets the irony of it, but it just feels like very performative and very unpleasant. And it you know what it feels like a little bit? It feels like when I'm trying to set up a transition to another topic on the podcast, where it's like, speaking of feeling bad, I have always felt that I've had a bad reputation. Boom! And then she goes, like, it's just...
It literally, she does exactly that.
I don't think she's
several times.
Nah, yeah. Think.
Sometimes life is getting you stressed out. I feel stressed out too. And you know what you have to do when all the haters and freaks come out? You gotta shake it off. Cut to black. Like, it's a very specific way of speaking that is different. Not bad, just weird.
Yeah. I will say mild. I'm gonna be the Taylor Swift defender today.
Go for it.
Okay. I will say, in her defense, in a stadium, it was surrounded by thousands of people. That talk was probably fucking sick. But again, we're alone in our rooms. We're not in a movie theater. We're alone in a brightly lit room watching this on our computers. Like, we're not in an environment. And also, like, Taylor Swift, I know a lot about Taylor Swift's career indirectly because I'm perpetually online. Not because I want to learn these things, because I've learned them via Twitter. But Taylor Swift's back when she was considered cocky was back when she was the least liked by society at large. So she has to play it very close to the chest in terms of that. So she's playing up humble. Also, sexism also exists. So if she acts too powerful, then people will hate her because, like, she's a woman.
I agree.
Yeah, but what I have to say to that is, you're a fucking superstar.
Yes.
Who the fuck cares? Fuck
yes,
those
she
people.
shouldn't care, but she does. She's like that person that's like, I don't care what anyone thinks, but she has to care because
that's what I don't like.
Yeah,
that's what I don't like. I think that's a bad performance by her.
Yeah,
she and I'm not saying the performance in the songs. I'm saying the performance where
in between.
She's performing the entire time.
Yes.
The whole thing is a performance.
She's acting.
Those parts are scripted. You won't convince me otherwise.
I don't think anyone would ever try.
No, not even the Swifties.
So, like, playing up humble, like, as a superstar who is doing a 3-hour tour where you sing nothing but your own songs to pack stadiums, and it's also filmed and put into theaters and is massively successful, then being, like, humble, like, oh, aren't we having a fun time? Like, it's weird. Like, entertain me. I don't want to see a humble person on stage. I want to see a superstar.
Yeah.
Which she is when she's singing, but in between, it's like, you good?
And it feels to me manufactured. It feels like, well, you get to be a superstar when you're singing, but you have to be personable to the fans so that they think you're a real person.
It feels like something her agents told her to do, in a way.
I feel like her agents can't control Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but like it feels like someone told her to do that at some point, so she seemed more marketable, and she's just stuck with that.
I think it's real. I think that she does want to be that way.
Yes.
I just don't think that she should. I think that it's a bad performance, and I don't want to see it.
But I also don't believe she is that way. I will say I don't watch many interviews with Taylor Swift in my free time. But I have seen one, and it sticks with me quite a bit. And it's with her and Andrew Lloyd Webber on Cats.
Oh my God.
Oh, I've seen this, yeah.
And she's like, if you can't get T.S. Eliot, just get T.S. And I'm just like, did someone cue her for that? Like, that is her pretending to be cocky, and it works even less.
You can't write a modern lyric for Cats. So, like, if you can't get T.S. Eliot, like, get TS. I'm here for you.
She's not.
Maybe she's just not good at that part of it.
Maybe she's not a particularly good actor, and that's fine.
I mean, I've seen Valentine's Day. She's not that great at acting.
I think what we're discovering is Swifties just want to see Taylor Swift perform her music. They don't want to see her in a movie. They don't want to see her as a cat. They want to just see her sing her songs. And you know what? I respect them for that.
At least they're not getting tricked into watching garbage.
Unlike us. Speaking of watching garbage, how about we compare our opinions to those of the critics on Letterboxd.com? It's time for previews.
It's time for previews. It's time for previews.
This is the Letterboxd game, 1 star, 5 stars, where we have to compare our real Letterboxd reviews just based on their reviews alone and guess whether they're 1 star or 5 star based on that. Liz, you've cultivated a bunch of reviews for us. Let's get started. Andrew, you against me. Let's go.
All right. I will say all the negative reviews had Kanye references, so they will not be present here.
Well, that's a spoiler.
Oh no, it's still positive negatives here. Just none of them will be Kanye jokes.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right. Who wants to go first?
Andrew does.
Okay, Jess, you're going
I do?
first.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
I squirted everywhere.
Oh, that's a 5.
That's a 1.
Damn. You gotta
All
clean
right.
that up or it's gonna leave stains.
Andrew,
Yep.
I can't believe I went to this. Like, actually, I don't remember it.
Andrew's review of Mean Girls.
All of our review of Mean Girls.
This has got to be a 1. I mean, right?
That's a 5.
Jesus Christ, they got that drunk that they loved it.
When I went to see Lady Gaga live, I drank a full bottle of wine, and I was upset that it was only like 90 minutes of her.
Yeah, I saw Dua Lipa live completely sober.
I was walking, and I don't usually walk because we walked to Wrigley Field or Wrigley Stadium for that. Good times.
Yeah, I was very close to Dua Lipa's butt. I saw her butt a lot.
Jealous.
I have a lot of pictures on my phone. All right, Jess.
Yeah,
My favorite white woman.
that's a 5.
Correct.
What other white women are there to compare? Tina Fey?
I love Tina Fey, but she fucks up a lot.
Yeah. She shits in her own face.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Placing my bets now. They will shine the camera on Taylor Swift 6 times on the Super Bowl.
It was much more than
6?
6.
It was definitely more than 6. I watched the last 5 minutes and they did it 6 times.
I watched the whole Super Bowl. It was more than 6.
5 stars.
That's wrong, actually.
Damn.
All right, Jess.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
That's a 1.
That's a 5.
Fuck!
Andrew.
Yep.
All she did was sing.
What did you want her to do?
Exactly.
Get hit by a car?
I mean, this person seems to agree with my critique that they didn't really do anything else. The in between sections were very mundane.
That was your theater critic voice, your Ben Brantley voice.
Yes, your
5.
Ben Brantley. That's
5.
a
Yeah, that's my Ben. That's
that's a
my
1.
Ben Brantley. God damn it!
All right.
I'm really hoping that one of these is like a it looks like a 1, but it's not. But I'm wrong.
Liz doesn't do those as much as me.
No, I like to just trick you the whole time. Also, a lot of these were very obvious, so I had to skirt around those. All right. Jess.
Yee.
My kind of cult.
That's a 5.
Correct.
My kind of cult.
Andrew.
Yep.
I'm extremely biased.
5.
Correct.
That one's 5.
Correct.
Okay.
Jess.
Yeah?
Didn't watch it and won't watch it, but I already know what I would rate it.
It's a 1.
That's correct. I thought that would trick you more.
What? No, why would I?
I don't know.
Didn't watch it was the key.
That's true. All right, Andrew. I watched this drunk on wine.
I miss wine.
5.
1.
Fuck. I really the last person who got drunk that they forgot it, they loved it. So I kind of.
Jess. I think I've seen this film before.
5?
Yes. All right. Last one. Andrew.
All right, Andrew, don't fuck it up.
Help. I'm still at the
Okay.
restaurant.
5.
Correct.
Come on.
Correct.
Who win?
Andrew. No, Jess won. Jess
I'm
won.
better than
Oh.
you. I am the
I got the
king of
last one
Taylor
right
Swift.
though. Is that not worth extra points or anything?
No.
You're tied. I gave you extra points.
Yay! I'm happy with the tie because then we're both winners.
Yay.
Speaking of winners, let's go into a mid show and talk about our Patreon. Hey guys, Like, sorry to interrupt your little show, but we've got a show to you. Today's show is brought to you by the extremely kind donations by our folks over at Patreon. Andrew, tell us a little bit about Patreon and all that jazz.
You can go to Patreon if you want to support us financially, and if you just want extra content. And I swear none of it is about Taylor Swift. We have zero extra content about Taylor Swift. Thank the fucking Lord. All right, our current patrons are Danielle Renix, Justice Stampede, Ewan Cassidy, Monica Thoreau, Brent Black, Nathaniel Stacey Coon, Joseph Evans Green, Mary Lou Choquette, John Vanels, Russ Walker, Musical Hell, Emily Racy, Kyle Summers, Janae C, Scoot in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, Nothing is Certain Except Beth and Taxis, Thespian, Robert Benjamin, Jessica T, Mitchell Young, Chai Teacup, Chris Marcotte, Kiji Marie Anastasio, Trevi Joseph, RJ Noriga, Julia McLannon, Bjorn Hermans, Toriana Frazier, Sammy the Adequate Amount Jacobson, Kaylee Blazier, The Cinemageddon Reviews, Villainous Miss, Sofina Ali, The Omega Geek, Paige Pearson, Maddie Wargle, Eliza Erdman, Anna Loskatova, Sarah Den Blaker, Evan Ball, Zachary Torres, Rora Marasso, Mara Forloin, Lisa L, Possessed Washing Machine, Puffy Boy, Sydney Hicks, Anna Bell, Billy Clifton, Gold Plated Kiki Mora, Julia Balder's Daughter, Hut Mutt Butt, and Emma. They give us a little extra money so we can keep the lights on here at Musicals with Cheese.
I say that.
We also have a bonus podcast, Patreon with Cheese, where Jess and I are currently watching the Has Been Hotel series on Amazon.
It kind of blows.
I kind of like it. Wait, listen for our detailed opinion.
Well, by the time this comes out, watch me like it. I don't know.
Yeah, you might like it. It's one of those shows you have to binge, I think. So we're doing it wrong.
I watched the first 2 episodes. I'm like, this kind of sucks. I'm not into this.
Episodes, and I'm like, I want to keep going to see if this turns out good.
Not impressed. And I like Alex Brightman, so that's a bummer.
Yeah. Remember we talked to him?
Yeah. Remember when we saw him in Beetlejuice, Andrew?
I wasn't there.
All right, back to the show. So, how about we just talk about every era instead of every song, and then we just kind of hit the songs we want to talk about. We start with the Lover era. I did not know a single one of these songs.
You didn't know Cruel Summer?
No! Just sing it for me. What's it go like?
It's you, baby, it's you, it's a cruel summer. I can't sing.
Yeah, I had no idea what any of these songs were, but I was like, I'm going with the vibes.
Oh, you haven't worked retail recently. That's why you don't know what Cruel Summer is.
I've not worked retail in almost 10 years, and thank God for it.
Oh, these aren't in order? I thought they were going to be in order.
These are in the order that they happened in the show.
These are in the order they're performed in the show.
I know. I thought that she was going to perform them in order. I guess I didn't realize that she wasn't.
No, it's different years. It's funky.
It goes all over the place.
I had to look it up.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. But she starts with like the more recent stuff to get the audience going. Like she released this album the same year as Cats, her other big opus.
That's true. That's true.
Sure.
It was certainly an intro, and it's not the worst part, but it isn't the best part, which I think makes a good intro.
Yeah.
I think the thing with this one is that I didn't recognize any song until You Belong With Me, which is actually in the next era. So,
well, let's talk about the Fearless era, which I believe is like the oldest song she sings.
There's one from 2006 later.
That was a surprise song. That doesn't count.
Okay, fine. But yeah, this is the oldest era.
Yes. The Fearless era. She sings Fearless, You Belong to Me, and Love Story. And Love Story might be the first Taylor Swift song I ever heard and became a meme and is still a meme. And I will still just sing to myself, she wears short. No, that's not it, is it?
No, You Belong With Me is that one.
But she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts, she's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers, dreaming about the day when you wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time. If you could see that I'm the one who understands you, been here all
Yes, You Belong With
Yeah,
Me.
She
you're
wears
thinking-
short skirts, I wear t-shirts.
Yes.
She's cheer captain and
I do-
I'm on the bleachers.
I do agree that these two songs are very easy to blend together.
They're
Yes,
iconic,
though.
And okay, You Belong With Me is the meme song that I think is funny and goofy to
That
sing.
was the one where it's like Romeo and Juliet, right?
No,
That's
that's Love
Love Story.
Story. That's the one after this.
And
Yeah, I thought that's what he was talking
Yes,
about.
No, we're talking about You Belong With Me, which
I
is
was-
the we wear short skirts.
yeah, that one I say is the meme song. Love Story is the song where if I was in the audience, I'd be looking around because there's the point where she sings "Marry Me, Juliet," and apparently it's become a thing for the boyfriends that take their girlfriends to see this to propose right when they say "Marry Me, Juliet."
Good
And
lord.
That's pretty early in the concert.
Yeah.
What if she says
the,
no?
the entire concert to be engaged then. Like, what the hell?
Imagine if she said no.
Oh, boy.
And you have 2 hours and 40 minutes left of this show to go.
There's a clip circulating of this
No, if
playing
that-
at
if-
the Super Bowl party celebration. Travis, where are you? What are you doing, buddy?
He won the Super Bowl. It was his night. He wasn't going to make
That's
it about
true.
her.
Wasn't he trying to propose to his coach or something? I thought I saw that.
The
She
funny
wears
thing is,
short shirts. I wear t-shirts.
the funny thing is, I saw an article from her campus the next day that's like, I used to like Travis Kelce, but now he gives me the ick. And I read it. He's like, I'm a Swiftie, and I like Travis Kelce, but watching him yell at Andy Reid made me not like him. And me as a football fan, I'm like, who cares?
The man is violent for a living.
Football is a violent ass sport. Also, is right after a massive fucking fumble that nearly made them lose the game. So, like,
I brought up my conspiracy theory in previous episodes that Taylor Swift might not be a real human being, but a marketing ploy, being sold to the highest bidder of who needs the most brand recognition.
Yeah.
And Travis Kelce won this year's betting pool.
I don't believe that at all.
I know. That's just a joke. But
I know.
So I don't believe that it's real, but I do believe that it's real.
What I will say this is a person who is also like Taylor Swift is an Eagles fan prior to being a Chiefs fan by proxy. So like Eagles fans are kind of assholes sometimes. They're very passionate, and she watches football like an Eagles fan, and I see it, and I'm like, oh. So, like, she's screaming in the booth, what the fuck? Like, she's it's a mouth for us, but she's screaming at the ref from the fucking VIP booth. Like, that is how an Eagles fan watches football.
All right, so let's talk about the song that she wrote for the Willow TV show that aired on Disney Plus.
What a transition.
this is the Evermore era.
The more that you say, the less I know. Wherever you stray, I follow. I'm begging for you to take my hand, wreck my plans. That's my man.
2020.
Once again, don't know any of these songs.
I didn't know any of them
I
prior
like
to
the
this.
staging. I like the costume they did.
Yeah.
The costumes they did
Yeah.
for Willow. That was fun.
I like the songs. I just like had to read the titles as they were playing.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know Taylor Swift songs. So that's just me.
I didn't mind this era. Probably like I at the end of this, we're gonna have Andrew do a tier list of the eras. I've decided.
Oh, come on.
I can't possibly rate them
cannot
because they
identify
all
them.
sound the same.
You know what, Andrew?
They literally.
I will do the tier list.
No, I'll do the tier list. I can identify them.
Yeah, fair enough.
I genuinely cannot tell the difference between them.
Okay. Reputation, I knew that right away because it's the one that had "Look What Me Made Me Do."
But I got smarter, I got harder in the nick of time. Honey, I rose up from the dead, I do it all the time. I got a list of names and yours is in red underlined. I check it once, then I check it twice. Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me. Ooh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do.
As Liz and I were talking about, a terrible song.
I recognize this one, I think, because it was playing on the radio when I was working at a bank.
Oh, nice.
So I had to hear it.
This song sucks. The music video's pretty cool. I like the music video for it.
I don't like this song, but I get if you like it.
I get how wrong you can be. Strangely Enchanted for the Speak Now era. One
I
song.
have a family member that's a big fan of the Reputation album, and I respect their choices. So
I respect their wrong opinions.
okay, don't you dare. Don't listen to this.
I guess the Speak Now era was relatively short.
Yeah,
Speak Now
one
was
song.
a single song.
Enchanted.
This light is sparkling. Don't you let it go. I'm wonderstruck, blushing all the way home. I'll spend forever wondering if you knew I was enchanted to meet you.
Which is honestly one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. I'm
Is
not
it
even
really?
joking.
What makes it so good?
I just really like it's from the early era where like I grew up. It's like from my nostalgic era.
There is no early era, actually. It's from the Speak Now era.
Okay, that was good. I'll give you that. 10 out of 10. No, this is from like when I was in like high school, middle school ish, and like I was still kind of listening to Taylor Swift regularly. And this song is on my playlist I listen to because I'm in a long distance relationship, so I have a very long playlist of romantic, like sloppy songs I listen to when I get sad at night sometimes. And Enchanted is one of those songs.
That's fair. And I feel that
Did she
vibe.
write it for that Disney movie, Enchanted?
No.
No. That was a different guy who wrote a song for that. It's way worse. I think John McLaughlin wrote the credit song. It's not good.
Well, let's talk about the Red era, which has two of her most iconic songs, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, which is another meme song. She has a good mix of like actual songs and meme songs.
I dig this song. I dig it.
I think this is the era I like the least, because I don't like that song.
Telling you we are never, ever, ever getting back together. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. You go talk to your friends, talk to my friends, talk to me. But we are never, ever, ever, ever getting back together.
Actually, no. The era I like the least is 1989 because I fucking hate Shake It Off.
Well, we're going to talk about that.
We'll get there.
Because
We'll get there.
1989 has my favorite Taylor Swift song of all time and the worst Taylor Swift song of all time, and they're right next to each other.
Literally.
So it is like a weird vibe for me. But the Red era has We Are Never Getting Back Together, which is a goofy, fine, like kind of naggy, like we are never ever. Like she knows what she's doing there.
Yeah.
Like
no, this was written like she was self-aware of what's going on. The music video is like comical.
yeah. But then you have All Too Well, which she did as just a normal song, and now it's a 10-minute version, and this is all about her breakup with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal, yes.
And he was kind of a dick on her 21st birthday.
How come we never get anyone else's side of these stories?
Dear John doesn't have another side of it.
Well, I love this one and its relevance because did you see the Rebecca Ferguson news today?
Oh, about how someone yelled at her on a
Someone
set?
who is first on the call sheet. So people started bringing out their fucking data to discover who it would be and like who talked publicly. It wasn't
What's
The Rock.
the theory?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake.
Wait, so what did he do?
Screamed at her and a few other people on the set and was very violent, and she refuses to work with him again.
What movies were they in together?
I don't remember, but apparently everyone else did the thing, and she has wonderful connections with The Rock, wonderful connections with Tom Cruise, strangely, and they went down the list of all the people, and then they're like, Jake Gyllenhaal is the one.
I'd be surprised if it was Timmy. So
yeah, Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, I call him Timmy.
The boy.
The little boy.
Yeah, so All Too Well, that song is cinematic, it's great, and leads into the folklore era, which is another, that is a little musical in and of itself, that entire section.
This was the best one, because they had,
really
she had, a little story with this
Yes.
one, and the set was the best on this one.
Yeah, I love that little cabin. It's so cute.
So she kind of ruins it by fucking saying, oh, the cabin has landed in L.A., and it's like, oh my god, just shut the fuck up and sing.
You know what? Jimmy Buffett never did that shit in between his song. All right, guys, we're going to sing another song. All right, guys, we're going to sing another song.
Yeah.
Margaritaville has landed in Orlando.
You know what? That's kind of charming from Jimmy Buffett.
Honestly, I would rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett, but I would dig that.
The only concerts I've ever been to are Jimmy Buffett and Lady Gaga.
I've been to Dua Lipa and Lizzo. Also, I like folk music a lot, so I like folklore a lot. So I might actually listen to this album later, genuinely.
Yeah,
I'm not even saying that. I will listen to this.
No shame towards you for that.
Yeah.
I like that it has a story, though I will say the lyrics kind of put me off a little bit, because I was expecting it to be like a folky story, but instead there was lyrics about how the guy has a skateboard or something, and it's too modern.
Yeah.
It's I don't think that worked. I mean, you're in a cabin. This should be a folk thing. I don't know. It should be vaguely timeless, not about something that explicitly happens in the 90s because no one has used a skateboard since.
Yeah. Which is...
That's okay, though. That's a nitpick. The rest of it's good.
Because it works in The Last Great American Dynasty, because it is about an older person in an older time, and then Taylor Swift gets the cabin at the end.
Yes. My favorite song from this era is Betty. I really like that song.
I love Betty. Honestly, I like a lot of them.
Betty, I won't make assumptions about why you switched your homeroom, but I think it's 'cause of me. Betty, one time I was riding on my skateboard when I passed your house. It's like I couldn't breathe. You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says most times, but this time it was true. The worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you. But if I just showed up at your party, would you have me? Would you want me? Would you tell me to go fuck myself? Or lead me to the garden? In the garden, would you trust me if I told you it was just a summer thing? I'm only 17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you.
Let's move on to 1989, where it has both my favorite, my least favorite, and my most middleist Taylor Swift songs.
Most middle?
Bad Blood. Bad Blood is a song where it's yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's the most, if I had to do a ranking, it would definitely be right in the middle. Yeah. So Blank Space, for the longest time, that song has fucked. I have loved it. It is self-aware. It is fun. It is dark. It's catchy, and it's edgy, and it's all the things I like about Taylor Swift in this specific time when she's being a little darker. It is Reputation. This is what I wanted the vibe of Reputation to be, and it was not that. Anytime this song comes on, it was on my iPod in college. I still listen to it quite often. I really enjoy this song.
So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane. 'Cause you know I love the players, and you love the game. 'Cause we're young and we're reckless, we'll take this way too far. It'll leave you breathless, or with a nasty scar. Got a long forget your name.
My favorite part of her singing this live is during the long ex-lovers line. She emphasizes it more because of the Starbucks lovers thing that occurred in 2014 that she cannot live down.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
That's hilarious.
Also, honorable mentions to Style, which I dig the guitar line on Style. It's so fucking good.
Yes. But then you have Shake It Off, Andrew's favorite song of all time.
Players gonna play, and the haters gonna hate, baby. I'm just gonna shake, shake it off, shake it off.
Shake It Off is in like a special category of pop songs for me that are just, I hate them. But it is not the worst one, and it never will be because Single Ladies exists, and I hate that song so fucking much.
Oh my god, we're gonna get flamed even more!
Beyonce, you're attacking Beyonce?
I'm sorry, that Single Ladies is the worst song I've ever heard in my fucking life. I cannot stand
Go
it.
to the club and broke up, thing.
It's so annoying. It is like nails on a chalkboard. And Shake It Off is kind of in the same category where it's just kind of like, it's just this repetitive, like the Single Ladies like da 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 da, and Shake It Off is in the same category.
My favorite part of Shake It Off always will be is when she's like, when you get down with the dirty rotten haters, when you could be getting down to this sick beat, and then the beat she does is just a rap. My best friend and a little girlfriend.
No, you got it wrong. My ex-man brought his new girlfriend and said, "Oh my god, I'm just gonna shake." To the fella over there with the hella good hair. I want you coming over, baby, and shake, and then roll.
That is a travesty that this song got popular.
That beat is not even remotely like good.
And then the chorus is like. Look,
if you like Shake It Off, I respect you. I don't. But
I don't.
I respect you if you do.
I don't.
So I make that clear.
I don't. I actually, this is the one where I'll draw a line. I don't respect if you like this song.
I have a mild Shake It Off story. I took a class about like rock, like modern, like rock history. So basically like rock music, like folk music, like genres of mainstream music, basically. And we got to a lecture on postmodernism. And I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Because no one can define postmodernism. And at the top of the lecture, my professor's like, we're going to watch this video. And it was Taylor Swift's Shake It Off. And he's arguing it's postmodernism. And my brain fried.
I can see the argument.
I can see the argument, but kicking off your 50-minute lecture with making me watch watch Taylor Swift Shake It Off 2 years after it finally left the radio? No.
I think if you're going to define postmodern music, Neil Cicierega and mashup music, that's
more
postmodern.
Correct. I agree.
Because postmodernism should be when you take things from culture, remove the context, and then just reuse them. It's like Shrek, like that kind of thing.
Shrek is postmodern.
Shrek is a postmodern movie. Like I don't think there can be any argument there.
Yeah.
Let's end with the Midnight's era. I like this bit. I'm not gonna lie. When this hit, I was a little like, I'm wore out. 3 hours. I can't hold on anymore.
You were ready for the final stretch, though.
I was fully ready to.
I was like, come on, let's do this. So the one that has always hit with me is the one that it hits with everyone, and that's Anti-Hero.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero.
Which made me discover the thing that I think is going to be a new trend with Taylor Swift's songwriting, which is she just wrote random shit into her notes app, and those are the lyrics to the song. Like she woke up and just like started writing things, first draft, and no revision, and that all lowercase, a lot of misspellings, and gave it to our producer, and that's the song. Can I read some of the lyrics for you?
I know the lyrics to Anti-Hero. We all do.
God.
Andrew doesn't.
Okay.
No, I don't.
It's me. Hi, I'm the prom. It's me. It's tea time. Everybody agrees. I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero. Did you hear my covert narcissism? I disguise as altruism, like some kind of congressman. Tale as old as time. I wake up screaming from dreaming. One day I'll watch as you're leaving, and life will lose its meaning for the last time.
Is it about Trump?
No.
No, it's just her just being
But
exhausted and
the lyrics
writing.
about staring directly at the sun, though.
Oh
do we-
yeah,
do we
I got
remember
it. I
when
just got
Trump
the joke.
did that?
I got the joke.
Like, here's another one where it's very obviously
Just
a
didn't
30
get
Rock reference, and it's sometimes I feel like everybody is a
No,
sexy
I-
baby, and I'm a
we-
monster on the hill.
Jess, on a previous episode, I already disputed this. That is not a 30 Rock reference. That is reference to something else.
It seems like
It's not a reference to sexy babies.
Everybody is a sexy baby, and I'm a monster on the hill. Too big to hang out, slowly lurching towards your favorite city, pierced through the heart but never killed. Just like random shit that she's writing down in the morning.
That's also the point of that song too. It's
I
kind of
know.
like Sabrina Carpenter's Nonsense, which is just her being high as shit in a recording booth and being like, "All right, let's go."
It's neat, and I think that's a benefit toward the song that it feels kind of lazy. And that's all I have to say about Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. How about we rank our favorite eras, Liz? We got the rankings down here. We got S, B, C, D.
No. Wait, there's an S
ABCD.
tier?
No, A, B, C, D.
There's no S
I was
tier.
gonna say, I can't do an S tier.
A, B, C, D. Let's go.
Okay, God. Okay, fuck. I'll do these in chronological order.
You just go and read. I'll put them in.
Fearless, A tier.
Yep.
Evermore, A tier.
Yep.
Folklore, A tier. 1989
These
is
are
also A tier.
chronological.
All right.
Midnight's B tier. Speak Now, B tier. Reputation, C tier.
Yeah.
It's mid. I kind of like Delicate, admittedly. I think it's a solid song. What am I missing?
Red
Red,
and Lover.
Red and Lover. Oh, those are the hard ones. Lover. I'll put also that in A tier. Because I used to hate Cruel Summer, and that's kind of growing on me. And Red.
Put it in D.
No, I'm putting it in B.
Okay. Wow, you really hate Reputation.
I don't hate Reputation. It's not in D tier. If I hated it, it'd be in D tier.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think Delicate's solid enough that I'm gonna raise it up a bit. I think it's a fine song.
Fair enough. All right, Andrew, Liz, what is our overall thoughts on Taylor Swift The Eras Tour and our cheese ratings? Andrew, you start.
Personally, I don't understand it. Namely, I don't understand the fan base and like why they're so crazy about this woman. But I guess if you want to be like that, you do you. Although I would recommend looking into having a healthy relationship with people who don't know who the fuck you are. You know, don't. This goes for everybody.
Includes
about
us, too.
everything.
I mean, that's solid. It's
includes
just
us
solid
as
advice.
well.
Don't have a parasocial relationship. That's too. with the person
Parasocial
you're never gonna
relationships
meet.
are kind of fucked up. And I feel like there's definitely some of that going on with the Taylor Swift fan base.
Just
In every fan base.
remind yourself, Taylor Swift won't fuck you.
Taylor Swift would not give you $1 if she walked past you and you begged her and you were homeless.
She wouldn't even high five you.
She would not even high five you. So just remember that, you know, like you can like the music and everything, but just don't go crazy.
Make friends in real life.
Yes. And as far as a cheese, I'm going to give it a craft single, because that is kind of what this type of music reminds me of. Like I eat them and they're good on grilled cheese, but you know, you can get them at Walmart.
Oh god. I didn't really get. I'm with Andrew. I don't fully grasp it. I don't really grasp the fan around Taylor Swift a lot. But she's not a perfect human being to be a role model. But like,
She's a billionaire.
she's a billionaire. First, she's a billionaire. She doesn't always make the perfect decisions, but she's a human. That's why. But a whole entire fandom around Taylor Swift, like admiring her work and her work ethic. I don't see a huge issue. I don't see a huge issue with the premise of that, because she rose up in a field that probably wouldn't. She rose up in a field in an impressive way in a pretty quick amount of time to be this powerful. Like, damn, good on you, girl. Sure, you're a billionaire, and billionaires, but still. I think having people have Taylor Swift as a role model isn't the worst thing imaginable.
Yeah,
That's
the worst thing would be like Ben Shapiro or something.
Yeah, like that, like a Ben Shapiro or an Elon or like any of the people who make Alpha Bro podcasts about how women are sluts for having Instagram accounts. Like
us.
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
We're a bro podcast.
Yeah.
And we hate Instagram and sluts.
That's why I'm here. They go off on sexist rants. Clearly.
Oh
yeah.
We totally do. All the time.
Wait, we made a mistake teaching them how to read.
How do you read this? There's no pictures.
I literally have a bookshelf behind me, you fuckheads. Anyway, back to Taylor Swift and non-sexism.
Okay, before we move on.
Come on, man. You always interrupt my cheese rating.
I know, but this is related to you.
Okay, fine.
My dad listened to the podcast, and he's like, I really like how comfortable Liz is getting. She literally told you guys to fuck off today, and I just felt so proud.
What episode was that?
That was Anything Goes.
Oh, God, I did tell you to
finally.
fuck off.
Oh, that was a good episode. I think
that was a good
I edited
episode.
that one pretty good.
That was fun.
I found every load-bearing joke I could find from sitcoms. Which was only 2, sadly.
Now I'm sad. Anyway.
These are load-bearing walls, Jerry. You can't tear these down.
Jeez, Liz, I'm sorry.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah, Taylor Swift. Having Taylor Swift as a role model is honestly not the worst thing in the world. Young women in this world need, like, a good role model, especially teenage girls. Like, I'm just going to let them have it. Enjoy it.
No, I'm going to take it from them.
I'm not going to take shit from them because I was also once a teenage girl. I get it. I attached to things. I attached to 30 Rock at age 13. Like, you attach to things you enjoy. Like, I get it. And I didn't get it fully prior to watching this. I kind of get it now. When she sings, she's charismatic. Her songs are solid. She has good performance energy. The production value in this. I have a gripe with the editing of this. I think some of the cuts are a bit excessive. You can tell 6 people edited this. Like, there's a lot of micro cuts in random songs that kind of feel distracting to me, but I'm also an editor and I see these things. So, like,
yeah, I mean, they wanted to feel like a TikTok, I think was the vibe.
Yeah, I think that was the vibe, but I think they should have held on more long shots, especially for even some of the dancier ones should have held on more long shots. But yeah, I enjoyed this more than I thought. Would I watch it again? I don't know, but I will probably listen to the music later, potentially when I'm driving to work at very early in the morning to stay awake. So I don't know. I'm gonna give this midnight cheese, which is like night cheese from 30 Rock, but you can only eat it at midnight.
It's like Gremlins rules. I like that cheese
Gremlins
rating.
rules. Yeah.
On that note, I like this. I will never, ever, ever watch this back together again. It's too long. I will watch the segments. I will watch the folklore segment often. I know it's coming to Disney Plus eventually, and I might turn it on while I'm doing other work. It's a nice kind of thing to have on while you're working, and giggle at her like engaging with the audience because
her
it's a
soccer
little
mom
chilly.
energy.
Yeah.
She's always gonna be T Swizzle. I swear. Like, she's always gonna be T Swizzle.
That was with T-Pain, right?
Yes, that was with T-Pain. That's a deep cut from when I was a teenager.
I just remember her being like, bacon cookies, yo!
Yep. I do remember.
Now Amy's going to have to look up the clip.
It's really easy to find.
But I'm still a thug, I'm so gangster. You can find me baking cookies at night. You out clubbing, but I just made Carol delight. T-Swift and T-Pain rapping on the same track. It's a thug story, tell me, can you handle that?
Tears on my guitar. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Please follow us on iTunes and Spotify, Musicals with Cheese. We're on Twitter at Cheesy Musicals, Patreon Musicals with Cheese, Instagram Musicals with Cheese, YouTube page Musicals with Cheese, Patreon-only podcast, Patreon with Cheese. We're covering Has Been Hotel. Check that out. Email us at musicaltheaterlives@gmail.com. Our keeper of the cheese is Juliet Antonio. Here's some ASMR for you, Juliet. You're never, ever getting back together. The show is edited by Andrew DeWolf, and he's doing a fantabulous job. And he's got his work cut up for him this week.
We're cutting a lot from this one.
Thank you.
Be under an hour.
Thank you. I think this is worth being a little longer.
This could go long, I think.
Thank you to the Broadway Podcast Network for having us on the platform and for not kicking us off, for pissing off the Swifties and burning the website to the ground. Doxing every member of BPN. I can hear it now. Anything else we have left to say?
Swifties, please be kind. If you got this
We weren't
far.
that mean. Let's be real. Like, come on. You want to get mad at anybody, get mad at me. I can take it.
McCavities. No. We'll see you next time on Musicals with Cheese. Nice to meet you where you been. I can show you incredible things. Magic's madness, heaven, sin. Saw you there and I thought, oh my God, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. Love the game, wanna play. New money, suit and tie. I can read you like a magazine. Ain't it funny? Rumors fly, and I know you heard about me. So hey, let's be friends. I'm dying to see how this one ends. Grab your passport and my hand. I can make a bad guy good for a weekend. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over. If the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane. 'Cause you know I love the players, and you love the game.